Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the remaining part of lesson number 13, that is a part 2, India location, geological structure and physiography. Today we are going to discuss the following points: neighboring countries of India and geological structure. Neighboring India has both the land and marine boundaries, water boundaries. Land boundaries of India are, see that this one, Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest. This is the northern part of India. This is the southern part. This is the western part, and this is the eastern part. So, which countries are situated in the northwest of India? Pakistan and Afghanistan. Then see that China. This one is China, Nepal, and Bhutan. They are situated in the northeast. So north, and this is the eastern part and this is the northern part. So which countries are situated in the northeast of India? China, Nepal, and Bhutan. Then which countries are situated in the eastern part of India? This is the eastern part. Eastern part of India, Bangladesh, and here Myanmar. So which are the countries situated in the eastern part of India? Bangladesh and Myanmar. So which are the neighboring countries of India? Neighboring means that those countries which are lying near India or adjacent to India. India has both land and marine boundaries. So which are the countries situated near India? In the northwest of India, Pakistan, Afghanistan. In the northeast of India, China, Bhutan, and Nepal. In the east of India, Bangladesh and Myanmar. And in the south of India, then India has water boundaries, marine boundaries, Sri Lanka and Maldives. So which countries are situated in the south of India? Sri Lanka and Maldives. And India and Sri Lanka, they are separated by this Pak Strait and Gulf of Mannar. And Lakshadweep Islands, here Lakshadweep Islands are situated, that here it is. Lakshadweep Islands, they are situated in the Arabian Sea. And then this Andaman Nicobar Islands, they are situated in the Bay of Bengal. So which are the neighboring countries of India? That Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest. Then in the northeast, China, Nepal, and Bhutan. And in the east of India, Bangladesh and Myanmar. And in the south of India, Sri Lanka and Maldives. Sri Lanka is separated from India by Pak Strait and the Gulf of Mannar. Then which archipelagos or that islands are situated in India? That they are also included as a part of India. That is Lakshadweep Island. It is situated in the Arabian Sea. It is very near to Kerala. Then that Andaman Nicobar Islands, they are situated in the Bay of Bengal. Now next topic I am going to discuss you with is a geological structure. That the current physiography of India is the result of tectonic and crustal movements on the earth. Tectonic movement means that this earthquake, volcanic eruption, they are all tectonic movements. And because of some changes are occurring in the crust of the earth. Both sometimes this crustal and tectonic movements, sometimes they are bringing about a good result as well as sometimes they are bringing that bad results. So both the constructive as well as destructive effects of this movement can be seen. So we can see that present physiography in the northern part of India, Himalaya mountain ranges are there, then the northern plains are there. In the southern part of India, Peninsular Plateau is there, then west coastal plains are there, deserts are there, archipelagos are there. All these different physiographies due to that. What are the reasons for that? Because of tectonic movements and that changes occurring in that crust of the earth. Then the means knowledge about the interior of the inner part of the earth is very, very interesting. The crust of the earth that this means floats over the semi-liquid rocks of asthenosphere, and heat is generated because of the radioactive process in the interior of the earth. it tends to reach the surface of the earth by generating convectional currents. These upward currents break the upper layers into large pieces, which are known as lithospheric plates. So that crust of the earth, they are floating because floating over that semi-liquid rocks of a asthenosphere, and heat is generated heat that because of a radioactive process in the inner part of the earth, and it tries to move, means reach up to the surface of the earth by generating convectional currents, and these upward currents break the upper layers into that large pieces. Those pieces are called that tectonic plates. There are 7 tectonic plates are there. They are, first one is a Pacific plate. Here you can see. Then North American plate. This one is. Then South American plate. This one is a South American plate. Then Eurasian plate. This one. Then African plate. Then Indo-Australian plate. Then Antarctic plate. So how many tectonic plates are there? There are 7 tectonic plates, which are the Pacific plate, then North American plate, then South American plate, then Eurasian plate, then African plate, then Indo-Australian plate, and the last one is that Antarctic plate. The divergent plates, I have written at some places, tectonic plates, they are moving from each other. That is a divergent plate. And sometimes at some places, tectonic plates, they are coming closer to each other. That is called convergent plates. Because of that divergence and the convergence, fold and fault take place. Fold means bend over on itself, so that one part of it covers another. So what is that? A fold, bend over over on itself, bend over on itself, so that one part of it covers another. And faults means that cracks, that a fracture of a zone or fractures between two rocks. And faults allow the blocks to move relative to each other. This movement is called a faults. So what is meant by divergent? At some places, tectonic plates, they are moving in the opposite way, drifting away from each other. That is divergent plates. Because of that divergence, what occurs? FOLD, fold occurs. And because of what is meant by convergent plates, at some places, tectonic plates, they are coming closer to each other. And because of this convergence, what happens? Faults take place. Means cracks are formed. That means a fracture of the zone or fracture between two rocks occurs. Now we are going to study the formation of India and how India was formed. So in ancient time, India was a part of Gondwana land. India was a part of a very vast and a very big and ancient landmass known as Gondwana land. And this Gondwana land, it includes South America, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. And after, means over a period, this Indo-Australian plate, they started means drifting towards north, and means it is believed that this plate collided with that large Eurasian plate before about 5 crores of years ago. Due to this collision between Indo-Australian plate and Eurasian plate, Himalaya mountain system was formed. So India was a part of which ancient landmass Gondwana land, which are the countries included, which are the continents included in that Gondwana land: South America, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. And over a period, the Indo-Australian plate started drifting towards the north, and so it is believed that this Indo-Australian plate, it collided with the Eurasian plate about 5 crores of years ago. And because of this collision, what happened? That Himalaya mountain came up and that sea went down. That is called a fold. We have seen a fold means that a piece of land that means bend over itself so that the one part of it covers another. So this Tetsi bend inside and in its place Himalaya was formed. Then formation of northern plains and peninsular plateau. How that northern plains are formed and how that southern part of peninsular plateau is formed. This is northern plains and this is that peninsular plateau, how they were formed. A large valley was formed to the south of a Himalayan system, wherein that alluvial sediments were deposited by the rivers flowing from north and south of it. You know, Himalayan rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, that Brahmaputra, and even that rivers are flowing from that south bring that fertile alluvial soil and deposited on the river bank. Thus, that Ganga plain between that Himalayas and Ganga plain. This is the northern plains. Between that Himalayas, this black one is Himalayas, and this is the that Ganga plain where it is formed between that Himalayas and that peninsular plateau. And a huge volcanic eruption took place in the northwest of the peninsular plateau, as a result of which that a plateau was formed, disintegrated and submerged, went underwater. And because of that, no Arabian Sea was formed. And here you can see that Western Ghats, it became more clear after that volcanic eruption. So how that Arabian Sea was formed means a volcanic eruption took place in the northwest part of the peninsular plateau, this part of a peninsular plateau. As a result of it, that a plateau, it was disintegrated. Disintegrated means broken into pieces and went underwater. So because of that, what was formed here, Arabian Sea was formed, and here that Western Ghats, that it became clear. So we have seen that large diversity we can find in the Indian continent, that only in the continents we can find so many differences. And in India we can find that people are speaking different languages, following different customs, traditions. That is why India is called a subcontinent. Only in the continents you can see that people speaking different languages, following different religions, customs, traditions, etc. And in India we can find that in each and every state that different languages are spoken, then different people are following different religion, customs, traditions, etc. That is why India is called a subcontinent. And we can see that in the north of India, here which mountain ranges are there, lofty, high, that Himalaya mountain ranges are there. And many plateaus are also there. In the southern part of India, we can see that plateaus are there. And we have seen that means many passes are also seen there. And means in the northern plains, we can see from here that Ganga, Yamuna, then that Brahmaputra, they are also flowing through that northern plains. And their alluvial deposits, they are found in that plains. And two means we can find in the west and eastern part of India that Ghats, Western Ghat in the western part of India, Eastern Ghats in the eastern part of India we can see. And at the same time we can also see that coastal plains, the places which are situated near the sea is called a coastal plain. India has a long coastal plain. What is the length of India's coastal plain? 7,517 kilometers. And that west coastal plain, it is from where to where? Gujarat to Kerala, and east coastal plain is from West Bengal to Tamil Nadu. And thus we can see that India has a diversified, and we can see also in the west of India that deserts are there. Which desert? That India Thar desert is there, and in Gujarat that Kutch, Gujarat Ran of Kutch is there. And at the same time in the eastern part of India we can see that means the places receiving heavy rainfall is there. Just opposite we can see in India that in the northern part of India that we can see that mountains are there. In the southern part of India plateaus are there. In the western part of India deserts, and desert region they will not get even a single drop of water during the monsoon season. Just opposite to that in eastern part of India we can see that means the places receiving heavy rainfall. Manziram and Chirapunji, they are considered as the places which receives a heavy rainfall. So that we can find like that in India, we can find the diversities.